let's go ahead. Let's jump into this next damn reaction. Trust me, I'm also sleepy too. But we got some work to be done, damn it. So Tommy, NFG, shout outs to you. The saddest downfalls to watch. And of course, we got Mr. Kanye West. We've talked about that. We've done a deep dive on the second channel. And if you guys are not followed up on to or subscribed to the second channel, make sure it is that you do. Any of the stuff it is that isn't on the main channel will be on the second channel. And anything of like all my other reactions, me yapping, gang related stuff will all be there. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this next video, y'all. Let's do it.
Ain't no game, man. It's like 8 hours left to this. No chuckling and nothing, no kind of way. All right, play off the grid.
We off the grid, this for my
downfalls. You've either preyed on it for somebody or been the victim to someone preying on it. And whoever's been preying on my downfall, all I want to say is slow down with it a little because it's definitely been working. The saddest downfall to see is people who were beloved by—
Wait, hold on. Wait, Tommy. You got a whole brand new room set up? Wait, oh my God. New setup room with the two plaques behind you? And talk your shit, gang. I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your gangster. Okay. Well, damn.
by all, and it seemed like they could never do any wrong, only for them to keep digging themselves deeper and deeper in a hole. And no one represents this better than my glorious 5'8", born on June 7th, 1977, went to the American Academy of Art College, 24 Grammy wins. This is his signature, resident of Chicago, Kanye. If you knew any of Kanye's work before the TikTok Riz era, I guess, you know there's no way in hell he would ever approve Vultures 2 to release. And dare I say it, Vultures 1 too. Like if Watch the Throne Kanye saw this release, or Graduation Kanye saw this release, he would do his best to stop anybody's earlobes from even being able to consume the music. At least with
That's
Vultures
fair.
1, you were able to hear it fully produced. But with Vultures 2, I don't know who on his team had the bright idea to release the album barely produced. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh, Jedi, thank you so much for the 200 biddies. I appreciate you. Yeah, Vultures 2 was not it, gang. Vultures 2, ooh, Vultures 2 was not it. Now, Vultures 1, decent. I don't mind it. I don't mind it whatsoever. Like, it's so sad to say this about with Kanye. Like, he, phenomenal producer, phenomenal rapper, and then just off the grid. The off the grid was really talking about himself. God dang it, because Jesus.
Because if some of y'all didn't even know the album released, this was so badly rolled out, no one even knew it was dropping. Like, people woke up to see it dropped because it dropped at 3 a.m. The only fans staying up to listen to their favorite artist dropping an album at 3 in the morning is cracked out white girls who listen to Taylor Swift. Then slowly over time, they started to update and fix the songs like it's an iOS update fixing bugs on your phone. So you have these social media pages reposting, talking about the album is updated again for the 5th time. No one cares, it's over. If you have to release so many updates for an album, maybe it wasn't meant to be put out. Just a little advice. And this is his only album he's released that hasn't gone #1 in the first week to be beaten out by, out of all people, his mortal enemy, Taylor Swift. The only man that went against the demonic woman with high heels, and he lost. So this made people wonder, you know, what the is actually going on? I mean, this is a man that was giving coaching talks 3 years ago about his albums. A man that runs his studio sessions like the military. He had people passing out in his studio sessions. And just like the great downfall of every leader, MLK, JFK, Abraham Lincoln, Alexander the Great, he suffered the same downfall as all of them.
What's your name? Where you from?
Whippets, aka nitrous oxide. I don't know where this drug spawned from. It's like every other month a new drug spawns in the world people abuse. I swear, fentanyl didn't even exist like 10 years ago, and now it's everywhere. It makes me feel jealous, like I want to be popular too. The rumors of Kanye indulging in this delicacy began when someone on his team leaked text messages of him basically begging for it. And he's out here asking for it too, like he's a kid begging mommy and daddy for candy. If I'm an A-list celebrity, I better have a personal drug dealer that can make me anything on the spot. And out of all people giving it to him, the allegation is that it's his dentist prescribing it.
Yep.
A dentist? What?
We did a whole reaction talking about this. It was Patrick CC to be exact. That's on the second channel. Yeah, that was Yeah.
What is this Dennis? Some kind of ex-prison affiliated drug lord who ran the streets?
Close. Close.
Oh, that's exactly what he is. I usually don't
Close.
judge a book by its cover, but how am I not supposed to? You can't tell me this dude in another life wasn't running Alcatraz in the 60s. He must have just threatened the dentist school to give him the degree or he would unleash hell on them. And apparently he works with a lot of celebs, some like Gunna, Lil Yachty, Shaq, Post Malone. The whole rap game is f***ed up on this. No wonder nothing good is dropping. For me, I just want him to be healthy in his personal life, and then whatever after comes second. I mean, this is a man with 4 kids.
Hold on.
To be healthy in his personal life, and then whatever.
Look at these album releases, bro. Quality album releases. I don't care what y'all say about with these, bro. I don't care what y'all say. Definitely the bottom row. Certified bangers, bro. Certified, like a platinum, double platinum at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Yeezus is still fucked with. Life of Pablo, boom, loved it. This had some sleepers. My Dark Twisted Fantasy, you know what I'm saying? Top tier, sleeper, but the top tier, Graduation. I pressed the wrong one. Hold on, it's Graduation. Here we go. There we go. Graduation album is top tier, goated album. I still listen to that. There's most of the albums it is within Kanye. I still listen to, and just I sometimes have to separate the stuff it is that how he's acting now with the art it is that he is given us. But oh man, so, like just oh god, like just you know what I'm saying. Just give me like the bottom 3, these 2, this. And then this, and I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Whatever after comes second. I mean, this is a man with 4 kids. It's not like he doesn't have any priorities in his life or anything. So hopefully he gets the help he needs, because drug addiction ain't no joke. I would know. I've been on Galaxy Gas this whole video. Someone who needs some Galaxy Gas to calm down is Ninja, because he just be lashing out at everyone. Ninja at the start of his blow up was everywhere you could think of. He was like the first mainstream celebrity gamer for real. I've said it before already, and I don't care if any of y'all call this glaze. Streaming simply wouldn't be in the same place in how big it is now without him. But we can't live in the glory days forever. That was about like 5 or 6 years ago. I feel like there's 2 key reasons that can be attributed to his downfall. One being Mixer, because real quick, name 5 streamers that streamed on Mixer before it shut down.
Gang, you're talking to somebody that I didn't even know that existed. What? Mixer? Didn't know about it. First time knowing about it.
I bet some people watching this didn't even know Mixer existed. Already don't want to watch streams on Kick, and that's a platform with a couple of huge streamers already. Who the fuck in their right mind was logging into their I can't even say it without laughing, Mixer account to watch streamers on there? Like, once he went on there, I swear his presence just vanished from social media. You simply didn't hear of the name Ninja until he switched back. And you know for a fact, he regrets the out of it. He was damn near on the path of being a celebrity. So now the only way he can cope his loss is by hating on the younger streamer surpassing him. Like, for some reason, Ninja absolutely despises Kai Cenat. He hates Kai like Kendrick hates Drake. And I simply think that
I don't know where like the beefing came from with this, but yeah, like Ninja just has a whole disdain for Kai that is weird to me. This is so weird to me. Like, what did Kai do to you personally to where it is like you just got to go ahead and dispute the hate towards him? I'm confused.
That's because Kai represents what would have happened to Ninja if he simply stayed on Twitch and he didn't switch. Like,
well, I'll do it.
in the latest streaming record Kai broke, he bring up the fact that another streamer was already bigger than him, so it doesn't matter anyways. And when Kai and Speed were streaming Minecraft and losing, he was saying that they were doing it on purpose. And look, okay, I stream obviously. I understand if people are just bombarding your chat with the same thing all day and how annoying that gets. But you could, you know, just turn it on sub only and boom, you've solved the problem. Ninja, I know your game. I know you like talking your in some type of way. You're not slick. You gotta let people say something first before you can let it rip. And I feel like another key reason of Ninja's downfall was that he blew up because everyone was bad. Everyone touching Fortnite from season 1 to 3 were moving snail numbers. Like the skill jump from that time to now is like us going from stone drawings to the iPhone. And when everyone saw a Ninja clip of him destroying lobbies by himself, they couldn't believe it. It seemed like magic at the time. Flitter flutter. People were just figuring out how to place walls down. And now that Ninja can't keep up with the skill gap, he's just known as the dude that still plays Fortnite at 30 and hates on people. Alright, but let's switch it up now from an individual to a whole company. How can a company's downfall be so bad that
Disney?
the whole company is just cooked? Disney. That's the only answer.
Yes,
Disney has
sir.
been losing money since 2019 apparently, which probably isn't a surprise to anyone. I don't know how you can go from being the biggest entertainment company for 100 years to straight dipping to nothing. Like, I think people don't realize how lucky we are as a generation to grow up in the peak times of Disney because they're never coming back.
And this is the reason why that they keep doing these reenactments of like the live action movies, is because they're trying to get that spin back. Now Disney, you've been and now it's the Marvel movies and TV shows as well that's also suffering from this, is because it's been so much of a fight between Sony, Disney, Fox, with some people with contracts and everything is bad. But if it's not with like the conspiracies behind with Disney, the racism within like, you know, the owner himself, it's been all of this of trying to get squeeze and nickel and dime as much money it is possible to get that old thing back, and it's just not going to work at this point. Most of the Generation Z don't even know about peak Disney movies. They know about it now because of the fact of the live action versions of this stuff. But do they know about the ones that is like what we originally grew up on? Maybe some, but not all.
It's sad to think of all the future generations that will never get to truly experience and immerse themselves in the time when they were releasing banger live action shows, when they were releasing banger cartoon shows, when they were releasing banger movies. Actually, no worries, because now kids can watch things like the Snow White movie, where they tried to remove the dwarves and make them human-sized to not offend the little people community. I don't know what you call them, but I'm just gonna call them that. And try to change the plot so Snow White doesn't get saved by the prince but herself because it's not empowering enough. I'm surprised they even released a trailer for this shit. Like, they gotta scrap the whole movie now. Trying to change one of the most classic movies.
You said Gen Z's not that young. Oh, I'm 16 and born in 07. That's pretty young, gang. That's pretty young. Hopefully with Inside Out 2, they start making the comeback. Oh, Inside Out 2 is a W movie. Inside Out 1, 2, fire movie.
Ever while your company is in a downtrodden is not the best idea. And I'm not gonna fully blame Disney on certain things, because there's certain things I feel like they couldn't do anything about. Like for Disney Channel's fall off, I feel like it was contributed to social media coming up and kids using that over watching shows. But at the same time, if they made good shows still, kids would find a way to watch it regardless. Their main downfall is getting way too political for no reason. Like at the end of the day, people just want to watch some good movies and don't care about your political view. So when you plaster it in front of their faces 24/7, they're just gonna get pissed off and stop paying for your product. And it's the fact that Disney acquired all these companies that people saw could basically never fail and threw their political messaging into it. Like Star Wars and Marvel were basically given on a silver platter to y'all and you failed it. And Disney Plus
Oh God, did they fail it terribly? Oh my God, these last few Star Wars movies has just been garbage. Oh my God, as somebody it is as a Star Wars fan, like, you know, it's bad when it is I have to relive the glory days of Star Wars by watching all the older ones until it gets up to the recent years. Come on, y'all. Y'all dropped the ball with Star Wars. And Star Wars has been a franchise that's been out for over like 30 some years at this point. Come on, dog. Maybe even 40. Y'all really dropped it.
Apparently has been losing them money since 2019, which is when it launched, so it never made any money.
You know what, I blame Disney for not paying their actors.
That too.
I mean, who could have guessed it? Who would have known people don't want to spend $20 for a no-ad experience?
I ain't gonna lie with you. It's not even just with Disney. It's all of them. Hulu, like even though I got Hulu with Spotify for my student account, which is not too bad. But like, think of it like this: these subscriptions a month are adding up, bro. Like, golly. And then Twitch ain't no damn better too by adding their subscription to $6.99 and even $7.99 on mobile. You know, $12.99 to do turbo. Then you got maybe $13 for YouTube. I paid a student account, so I don't really know like the full pricing to that, but I know it's $7 something. Then you got Spotify, you got Disney, Netflix, Hulu, Stars, HBO. Bro, that stuff adds up, gang. And that's not even including just we getting like the food and all that stuff. Like groceries is expensive, rent is high as a bitch. These things is expensive, bro. I see why it is that people go to these illegal websites to go ahead and watch these stuff, because this is a lot a month. I'm not gonna lie. It is expensive. And with Disney, this is the reason why it is I stopped my membership a long time ago. I'm like, I don't feel like paying this much for this. I'm sorry, but I couldn't do it.
Like, these streaming companies be wildin' nowadays. It was manageable when it was like $12 for no ads. But soon you're gonna have to start taking out mortgage payments just to pay for these services. Maybe this failure at the end of the day is a good thing though. It'll make them have to lock in and actually start making things people want, instead of making another live action Lion King. Why is there another live action Lion King?
I honest to God don't know who asked for the first live action, let alone to get the second one. I love Beyonce. Beyonce is an amazing performer, songwriter. You know what I'm saying? All of that. But like, Beyonce has a very thick Houston accent. I don't care to how much of speech coaching, speech therapy it is that you could able to do. That accent is thick. That's like that's a very thick Houston accent, and like a great performer. But at her as Nala, I already was kind of side-eyeing. Now we're getting this again. We didn't ask for this. You know, we just had an amazing actor who voice acted in Lion King, the original one, just passed, bro. Like, this may be a little bit too soon.
Someone no one wants anymore is Bruce Drop 'Em Off. Now, if you're already familiar with the streaming game already, you've most likely heard of Bruce. And when he started blowing up in 2021, it seemed like he
Remember what Disney Plus, what they did to Scarlett Johansson on Black Widow.
Oh yeah, that movie was terrible.
could never do wrong. He would have a viral trend or meme every month. He was collabing with different streamers from every community, and people just liked him and how naturally funny he was. He even had a group collabing with the biggest streamers, Kai Cenat and Your Rage, called The Boys. And it seemed like they all got along together well, and it was a happily ever after.
At one point.
Until Bruce randomly started talking behind their backs. It needs to be studied the way this man's image flip-flopped from the hero to villain overnight. One day he was Batman, the next day he was Joker. Like, everything all tumbled down at once and it kept getting worse. He got caught talking all his close creator friends, Kai Cenat, Your Rage, all of AMP, aka the biggest streaming group in the world right now. And you would think he would have learned from this until months later. He did the same thing with all of the new phase members, basically cutting every creator connection he ever had. Now, I'm not saying you have to rely on other people for your success or anything, but it sure would have helped as a streamer being able to collab with some of the other biggest streamers around you. I mean, at least a little bit, right? And then
They never paid Scarlett Johansson when they released it onto Disney Plus.
Damn. You said, what are those cats? Yep.
got worse somehow. It got revealed he was taking perks and that his girl broke up with him. Nowadays, anyone that comes across his path faces the wrath of Bruce. You can't find a clip of him nowadays not talking about somebody. If he sees this video, he'll probably find some way to crash it on me too. Fly could land on his shoulder, and just because of that, he's airing out the whole block. And I really think with Bruce, there's literally no recovery. There's not a...
At this rate, it's getting to career slip and slide associating with Bruce. It's about to give a sneaker effect at this point. Y'all seen the way how it is, and like Kai and Speed was just not ignoring this man at the convention, and Speed was like, "Oh, well, nobody wants to talk to me." Bruce is right there at this point, and that's sad to say. That is very sad to say. At one point where it is that everybody was dying to at least subscribe, even if you didn't watch Bruce on Twitch, subscribe to him to get the damn emotes. Now it's just like, Not going too good.
Single creator that could ever trust this man on or off camera. The fact that the snaking has happened multiple times just puts the nail in the coffin. And last, the magnus opus of downfalls no one expected. The saint of the internet, Mr. Beast. Okay,
Oh
look.
no!
When I say downfall in Mr. Beast, there's a clear
no.
distinction. It's not a downfall as in numbers wise, because we're talking about the most subscribed YouTuber on the planet, but more of the downfall of his public image. Like, if you told me last year Mr. Beast is a morally wrong person, I would think you're one of them annoying who are trying to cancel him for curing blindness. But now, sadly, I have to say I could see some validity to it if some of the rumors are true. Like, let's be real, your best friend of 10 years gets exposed for some heinous things and you have no clue that it was going on? You couldn't pay Leonardo DiCaprio to act you out of this one, buddy. You definitely knew at least a little bit. And at first it was just that, but as the months are starting to go on, it seems like it's just getting worse and worse. Some of the main rumors are that he hosted fake lotteries and giveaways, which if true is pretty bad because he's known as the giving money guy. Another allegation is that he hired an ex-offender that was convicted of rape of a child. And you could say he didn't know, and it's not confirmed if he did, but if you're running the biggest YouTube channel on earth, you better be screening your employees like the government, or it. Just pay like $20 to one of those websites where you can get somebody's criminal history. Everyone should be walking through TSA before even stepping foot on a shooting production. The TSA machine should be plastered with Mr. Beast Productions. It's pretty hard to go through something like that without hearing it from at least one person out there. Best believe if I was told this news, the employee would be getting a public beating and it would be the trailer to my YouTube channel. And now the most recent allegation is that Mr. Beast's COO was running a gay strip bar?
Hello? Hello?
I don't know how we went from scams to grinders, but something's fishy about this to me. It's quite literally impossible to hire someone at that high of a position without knowing what their past was. And some people might think it isn't weird and who cares what he was doing before, but imagine Johnny Sins working at like St. Jude's Hospital. It just doesn't sound like a good mix of names. Mr. Beast still ain't respond to any of this yet, so I'm still taking it with a grain of salt. But he's gonna have to cook the greatest response of all time that this earth has ever seen. It has to knock people out their chairs with so much disproven that we feel bad we even thought he could do wrong. So hopefully these downfalls can be a lesson to the people around the world. Some are recoverable, some are probably not. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Loving this new setup, gang. Oh man. How did the class go earlier? I made it to my 8 a.m. classes, right? Made it to my class, you know? Very interesting video, man. But Tommy, shout outs to you. Thank you so much for the video and congrats on the new place. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Shout outs to you at home. And I will catch y'all in the next video.